This is Carita Parks with Bowie Television at the Under Armour Performance Center. The Baltimore Ravens are headed to the West Coast for a Sunday night matchup with the Los Angeles Chargers. Right now, the Ravens have all the momentum going into that game. They won big on Thursday night against the Bengals. The Chargers have lost 2 in a row, but that doesn't mean that this is going to be easy. Everyone knows what Justin Herbert can do. The defense knows what Keenan Allen is capable of, but nonetheless, they are ready, and as they always do, they're taking it 1 week at a time. There were a couple of injury scares on the Ravens front this week. Zay Flowers, he did not practice on Thursday with a hip injury. Rashad Bateman on Wednesday went down in practice with a foot injury. After practice, Bateman said that his foot was fine, and he did return to practice as a full participant on Thursday. Zay Flowers, he also said today he was at practice that he just needed a break, but there's no question about seeing him on Sunday. Someone else who's a little beat up, Odell Beckham Jr., he's still nursing that shoulder injury. He said he'll be a game time decision, but he's doing everything that he can to play on Sunday. Right now, the Ravens are the number 1 seed in the AFC. The Chargers, that'll be another important AFC game. If they want to stay on top, they have to get the win. And also, they have a bye week after Sunday. So getting that win and going into the bye week with momentum is the ultimate goal. This is Carita Parks with Bowie Television. Be sure to follow.
Grateful for you guys, actually. We are. For what you do in terms of connecting the team and the players and everybody with the fans. Fans get a chance to have a lens of the organization and the team through me. They do a great job with that. We appreciate it. Great group to work with every single day. So I say a genuine thank you. And then for our fans and also for our families, I'm very grateful for my family. And very grateful for the grace of God. Get up every day and breathe and do what we get a chance to do. So, with that, what questions do you have?
What's our Benji?
Just curious.
Exactly.
You had to ruin it, James.
We're good, dude. Marlon and Ronnie were back out there, so I'm guessing that's possibly trending in the right direction.
I think everybody's doing a really good job of trying to get back. I think this time of year, you're going to have those things that guys are going to be fighting through. You're never going to be certain about every single guy, every single week. But we're generally a healthy football team. So just to see where we're at on Sunday when we get there. We'll just have to see. It doesn't look like a real serious injury. He should be fine, but we'll see how it goes tomorrow. Yeah, very excited for him. He's been around here, for the last month telling me, he wants to go, and finally the trainers cleared him, and see him out there with his enthusiasm. He's always high energy guy. He's out there talking already. So yeah, it was fun to have him out there. And I think he'll have a chance to really contribute as we go forward.
Is that kind of the outcome you were expecting about Richardson? Is it still kind of what you were saying? Might have a chance to be able to return to the season?
Right, it was. It was all positive. I had a chance to review the MRI and the pictures on it. I gave it my thumbs up after he was explaining to me what the heck was going on. But no, our reports, Dr. Anderson told our doctors, our trainers that they were really well, and we'll just see where it goes from here.
Right around the corner.
we're approaching it with the idea that it's a very important game. Obviously, it's a huge game for us, and we need to go out there and win the game. So it's all hands on deck. We're going to try to get everybody to the game that we can, and we'll see how that goes.
At that point, it's, you know, you've got the one game, I think in like a 22 or 3 day span. Can you just speak to the value of that kind of thing at this point of the season, I guess? Particularly with, you know, guys coming back from injuries and so
Right. Yeah, Brian. I mean, I think we'll have a good feel for that when we get back. You know what it means to us, but this is just the way the schedule went this year. You know, these games got spaced right here, which is, you know, is what it is. You know, we had 11 games, I think, under our belt, and nobody else had more than 9, I think, basically. And so I'm proud of the way the guys handled all that. You know, now our focus is on this one game. Put the best game together we can on Sunday. Be as prepared as we can, play as well and hard as we can on Sunday out there in Los Angeles, and that's really what we're focused on.
And it's it's another primetime game, obviously, which you guys just had. Is there? I'm just curious. Do you like those? Do you get up for those the way the players do?
You know, you do. I mean, yeah, you do. You get up for every game, but
Sure.
I mean, it's Sunday night football. You know, it's like Thursday night football in the sense that it's everybody's watching. You're the only game. You know, and it'll be the game that every football fan will have turned on, and our guys appreciate that because that's part of it. You know, players love to be on that stage, and they love to have an opportunity to compete in that kind of environment. Obviously, it's against a really good football team. It's an AFC rival. It's just an important game, so our guys will be ready to go.
John, you look at the Chargers, they throw the ball a lot to Keenan Allen. I mean, have you seen this type
I did notice that.
Have you noticed? I mean, have you seen that before, this type of, obviously everybody has a go-to receiver, but to this degree, how is it game planning for a team where you know where they want to go with the ball?
Well, they do, and they do. They do with Keenan, and they also do, with Eckler. I mean, he gets the ball a lot too in various different types of ways, but that's not their only weapons. I mean, obviously the quarterback, he can get out and run, he can throw, he does a lot of things, he's dangerous, but they have a lot of good skill players. You know, every one of their guys is dangerous in their own right, and they spread the ball around. You say, okay, they throw it to number 13 a lot. Well, they do, but then you see the ball going to everybody else. And they scheme different guys different ways in different games, and different guys are very talented. They've built a very talented offensive skill set guys. All the tight ends are receiving tight ends. Every single one of them is a good receiving tight end. They got 5 of them. 4 of them play all the time. So it's a really they're really good on offense for a reason. They do a great job with scheme, and it's going to be a challenge for us.
John, with you guys being the 1 seed in the AFC, is that something that you care about right now, or is it kind of meaningless with so much football left to be played?
It's better than it's good. It's where you want to be at this point, but it doesn't mean anything until after the last game in terms of playoff seeding. So, we get the lead, keep the lead. I guess it means something in that sense. So we control a certain amount of our destiny. I don't know what the tiebreakers would say, but to some degree we do, I guess. But really, we just got to keep winning. We got to take it one game at a time. Be 1-0 this week, and that's really all our guys are talking about, and that's all they're thinking about.
All right.
All set? Great. All right. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Thanksgiving. What questions you have?
John, it seems like you have four wide receivers have been in and out this week practice. Overall, I know it's not specifically every player, but overall, wide receiver, do you feel comfortable with the health of the guys right now?
I do. I feel very good about the health of the guys. Should be in good shape.
John, we talk about prepping for star players on offense and defense, but Darius Davis is number 1 in punt return yardage right now. They have a really good punt return team. Just special teams as a whole. Just what's the preparation been like for that entire unit this week?
Well, it's been good. We've worked hard at it. It's not just the returner, that's a big part of it, but it's also the rushes, the blockers in front of the rushers, all different things that go with it. So, and not just that phase too. I mean, it's a good special teams unit. It seems like everybody is, so we're prepared for that just like we always do, and we try to go out there and have a positive impact on the game.
With this sort of extended mini break here, the guys are fresh, feeling really good about going out on the West Coast, I would assume.
Yeah, we're just excited to go play the game. The focus has been on that. Guys have worked really hard. I think they have taken care of themselves physically, throughout the stretch that we've been on. But really, there's only one thing we're thinking about. That's game time on Sunday night.
Chargers have the most strip sacks in the league over the last 3 years. How important is ball security, especially for Lamar? How much of a concern is that?
Well, I mean, the Chargers have a ton of fumbles for coverage. You know, they're leading the league basically in turnover margin. It's a big part of the game. I mean, that's something they do exceptionally well on both sides of the ball. Strip sacks being the main part of that. You're right; they're number one in the league at that. So we have emphasized that. We've built our protections accordingly, and we've got to be very conscious of that. All right, great. Oh, thanks.
To you
Okay,
about
cool.
Keenan Allen.
Say it again.
What sticks out to you about Keenan Allen?
Yeah, you know, he's a big part of you know, their offense. You know, the offense runs through him. But now he's a skilled player. Got a finesse to his game. But I'm excited for the matchup.
How much better prepared do you think? He lines up in the slot a lot. We see Kyle lining up there a lot. How much better prepared is Kyle for a responsibility like that this year compared to I guess where he was kind of coming into this team last year as a rookie?
Yeah, I think Kyle's he's definitely grown. I can say that about a lot of guys on defense. But yeah, he's prepared each game. He puts the work in. Week in, week out. On the practice field, in the meeting room. So yeah, he'll be prepared for the matchup.
Brandon, you guys are in the midst of playing 4 out of 5 games in prime time. You're the top seed in the AFC. There's just a lot of attention on this team right now. How do you handle that? You know that kind of all eyes are on you.
Yeah, we my motto, honestly, personally, is just to stay even keel. Like you said, there's a lot of eyes on us, but we just gotta stay just stay focused on what's at hand, and and that's the Chargers. And not letting the outside noise, affect us and, get in our heads. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. What matters is what we do on Sunday.
There was a point of the offseason, I forgot exactly where it was, where John Harbaugh said the plan was to play you at safety this year. When, in your mind, did that change, and when did you know you were going to be playing corner this season?
Training camp, spent a lot of time at safety and nickel. I would say, the change really came towards the middle to end of training camp. I honestly knew that was where I was going to stick, in training camp. But I would say that
was it when Marlon went down?
Say it again.
When Marlon went down in training camp, is that sort of when you felt?
Nah, honestly, I was kind of just like a bubble guy. Like, corner wasn't out of the question. As everybody knows, I was all around, on the defense, safety, nickel, corner. But yeah, obviously, guys go down. You got to fill some spots. But corner was never out of the mix.
Brandon, early last year, the big plays, especially in the pass game, were a little bit of a problem. That's gone away. Really, you guys don't give up many big plays at all now defensively. What has been the reason behind that? Do you feel like?
Just execution. And just being prepared. The week starts. Here on Monday, on Tuesday, and so we just got to take what we do to the field, and I think that's helped a lot. We honestly haven't given up too many big plays this year, and the ones that we do is just lack of communication. But communication breeds understanding, so that's what we're aiming for.
Brandon, you mentioned guys growing this season. Just curious, what are the biggest strides you've made in particular to cornerback, and is that specific to cornerback? Was that something you were kind of relishing even though safety was in the mix?
Yeah, I played corner in college, so that was my main position. But I just love being on the field, no matter where it is. But corners, definitely my type of game. I love the island, and that's why I have fun at.
Where do you think you made the biggest strides there?
Man, just I would say numerous areas. Just zone matchups. Covering one-on-ones. Taking away number 1 receivers. I think I made strides in those areas.
Brandon, you're in the same draft class as OA. You're kind of neighbors in the locker room. How satisfying has it been to see him kind of break out the same year that you're breaking out?
Man, it's good to see. It's good to see. You know, he's put the work in. You know, we're a part of the same agency, and so you know, I see him putting work in. You know, up in Austin in the off season. But no, I'm happy for him. You know, I always tell him, man, like just stay focused. Like, you know, nobody cares about what you did last week. What are you gonna do this week? And so, you know, we just try to keep each other focused.
Brandon, you said you like being on that island. That sounds as much attitude as it is ability. Can you describe the mindset of wanting to be on that island?
Yeah, man. Shoot, the island is not for everybody. You know, it's mainly just confidence. You know, confidence in your technique. You know, just being fearless out there, and you know, knowing that whoever's in front of you, you know, that's that you're in front of them. You know what I mean? And so it's definitely a mindset, like you said.
Did you always want that, or is that something you developed in terms of it's not for everybody, but it became something for you?
Yeah, I guess I did, especially with my move from a running back. Yeah, man, I enjoy it though. But yeah, it's you just gotta relish in it, you know, and take advantage of every rep out there, because you never know when that one ball is gonna come your way. So yeah.
Brandon, Justin Herbert's one of the top, quarterbacks in the game. When you talk about being on an island, how do you expect him to kind of test you guys as a secondary and challenge, you knowing that he's a guy that can play the ball over the field?
Yeah, no, he's a special quarterback, and we know that he's a smart guy, able to read coverages. Can fit balls in tight coverage. So I mean, it's on us to make it as hard as possible on him. With our coverage, with the game plan, and things like that. So it'll definitely be a good matchup. Going against him and their receivers. So we're looking forward to that.
Curious if you ever reflect back on those days when you transferred, from UCLA to SMU and make that switch. And you mentioned confidence. I guess what gave you the confidence that you could do, play cornerback, and then obviously play cornerback at this level?
Yeah, I think the confidence just came from putting the work. Once I decided to transfer, I knew I could always play the position. And it was just a matter of refining my technique and whatnot. And obviously I was going to SMU, kind of raw at that position. So that's where the confidence came from.
Brandon, did you ever try to convince Coach to push you back into your running back roots?
Say it one
Maybe
more
on
time.
the running back drills?
Man, I've been crossing my fingers since my rookie year to get a carry. I don't know when it's gonna come, if it's gonna come, but man, hopefully I can break them.
All right, thank you,
I think I remember you showing up in a Lamar Jackson TikTok last year. How quickly did that friendship kind of blossom between you two?
It was kind of fast. I mean, coming in the league, I look at Lamar like a superhero. So like the fact that he went out his way, spoke to me first, introduced himself, and like we've just been clicking ever since. So it's been a blessing for real.
Isaiah, how will those games where you filled in for Mark, how will those be able to, how do those help you now when you're filling in for him again?
Really just being where my feet are. I mean, as Coach always says, like next man up mentality. I mean, I love Mark. I mean, it hurt when he went down. Like Mark told me, just stay the course and stay ready.
Mark talked yesterday about how obviously with Mark, he has that connection where when things break down, he still sort of has a sense of where to look for Mark. Do you feel like you could have that with Lamar fairly quickly?
I'm not gonna say it's as quick as Mark, as you said, like they came in together, they're brothers, so
yeah.
Like that's his peanut butter and jelly. But it's filling in the role and then trying to incorporate what I do the same way as Mark does, and try to be on the same timing they have with the chemistry that me and Lamar have. Is really gonna click to how the offense is.
You talk about the advice that Mark gave you. Was that the night of, or have you spoken to him since?
So the night that happened, I told Mark, I called Mark, he didn't answer, but it's obviously like, I texted him saying like, when you're ready to talk, I know everybody's blowing your phone up. I know that you're going through a lot right now, just hit me up. And he hit me up yesterday. We talked for a little bit. I'm not gonna say what we talked about, but he's definitely in good spirits.
Does that mean something to you? Like him giving you advice and encouraging you and knowing that this is kind of a big opportunity for you?
For sure. I mean, I tell everybody, like Mark's like that big brother role in that aspect. He's done a fantastic job helping me day in and day out on run blocking, pass, route running, pass blocking, everything, and just giving me everything, voice of wisdom. everything I do. So, having him still be able to talk to me even after his injury definitely was heartwarming.
What's practice been like this week, not having him here and stepping into probably more of a prominent role?
Really, I've been just, trying to majoring on the little details. I mean, just, still understanding that I have a role, and then just understand that what Lamar needs me more to do in terms of if I got to speed up this route, if he wants me to block differently on the edge for him, because I'm not gonna lie, me and Mark do things different in our own ways. That's what makes us human. But just still trying to incorporate and blend with the offense.
Isaiah, how much has unselfishness and patience been important for you this year, given you guys made a bunch of wide receiver additions, there's only one ball to go around? How much did you have to kind of remind yourself that your chance will come?
I mean, I feel like it's a blessing we have so many weapons on offense, because it makes people like my job easier, because now you either have to respect everybody or you double somebody, and now you leave somebody that you don't want guarding somebody else. So I felt like, just staying the course and just waiting for, the ball to come my way and just making the most of it.
You came in the league with Charlie. I mean, if he also gets a bigger opportunity over the next few weeks, what do you feel like he'll bring to the table?
I feel like Charlie's an amazing tight end. I mean, just having us both on the field, you guys finally getting to see him in his first NFL season fully after him playing the last game in Cincinnati. I feel like he's come a long way.
I know you're disappointed, of course, about Mark going down, but what's your confidence level internally and your excitement to have an increased role, some more opportunity?
I'd be just excited to play football day in and day out. So, I mean, just bringing a smile every day to work and to the team, and then showing the offense that you got my 100% day in and day out.
Guys talk all the time about year two being easier than rookie year. In what ways is it different for you? In what ways do you think, you're a better player than you were when you showed up, last year?
Ways I'd say differently. I felt like this year we have a lot more weapons. So, as you guys said, there's only one ball to go around, so just making the most out of your opportunities, I say differently. And then what's easier is being able to talk to everybody. I mean, as a rookie, you don't really know nobody. You don't know how the system works. You don't really know who you can talk to, who you can lean on. But by year two, you've already made those chemistries, the decisions, and really those relationships around where if you don't understand something, not only can you ask a coach, you can also ask that teammate, and just lean on them.
You were here a lot in the off season. What were you working on? It seemed like you really came cutting in shape. What were you thinking about in the off season?
Really just everything. I mean, just watching more film, seeing if I can decipher defenses a lot faster than what I was used to rookie year. Because one thing that my coaches preached going into rookie year was it's a lot faster in the NFL. So really just trying to speed that process down and going into year two, and then trying to make the most of the opportunity.
How do you handle Thanksgiving? What are your plans?
Probably gonna see the family for a little bit because they came down here. Need some mama cooking. Always gotta get that.
All right, thank you, Isaiah.
Here, still doing it today at a high level. And he's super quick, very good route runner. He's crisp, efficient in his route running. He's a tough cover, but I think we got a good plan.
Just, how do you think Justin Herbert's one of the top quarterbacks in the game? What kind of stress do you think that he will put on this defense?
Yeah, I think he rushed for 70-some yards last week against the Packers. And, he's a super elusive guy. He's got such good arm talent that his legs don't really get a lot of credit. But he gains a lot of yards with his legs, keeps plays alive, and he just challenges teams across all levels. He's super smart, got a great arm, and can run around and make plays. So it's gonna be a tough challenge. On the road, going to LA. But I think we got the guys on our side that can do it.
How do you handle all the attention on you guys? Seeing the AFC and you're playing in primetime games, a whole bunch down the stretch here.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, I'm speaking for myself, but somebody said we were number one in the AFC, I'm kind of thinking, I feel like we haven't even played our best football yet. We haven't even hit our stride yet, because I feel like there's so much as a team that we can be more consistent with, more concise with the defense, be more consistent on a weekly basis. So I think it's kind of a good thing. My perspective looking at it, we're not even the best that we can get right now.
We spoke with Brandon Stevens about moving from safety to corner, where he's kind of locked in now. As a teammate, what have you seen from him in terms of his becoming comfortable and proficient at that position?
Yeah, I I feel like he's kind of interesting for the corner position because he's so big, but he runs just as well as anybody. He's super fast, he's physical, come up and tackle. He played running back in the day, so I guess he says he's physical from that, but whatever. But he's got really good feet for his size, and he's been making plays back there all year. So he proved himself early in the year, and I know there's some question marks coming in, but I feel like everybody can agree that he's solidified his stuff.
What is that emergence? He's really stepped it up this year in particular. What does that do for you guys?
Yeah, I think around the whole defense, not including BC, it seems like guys have really just stepped up this year, and everybody's coming to their own. We had Roe PQ. I feel like those two, those are kind of the only two guys coming back from last year that was like solidified. You know what they're gonna do, this and that. Even guys up front like Matabike, he's having a great year. Kyle Van Noy coming over from the Chargers, he's having a great year. Dopic came back from injury, having a great year. Missing a bunch of guys, like even guys in the back end, like Gino, obviously, Marcus being hurt, coming back, playing well, myself included. I feel like it's been kind of a turn the page kind of year for our defense, and hopefully continue to be.
You guys have seen a lot of cornerback injuries early on, so what does it say that you could step right into that role?
I mean, it's a credit to the players, to the guys being prepared, like Ross, Darb, Jalen. Credit to the coaches as well, getting them ready, keeping them ready, even though they're not getting a lot of reps throughout the week. Being able to come in and play at a high level for, I think, the best defense in the league. It's not easy. Being cold, especially at that position, that corner, just being called on to go in and perform. So, shout out to those guys. They've been doing a great job of it. I'm excited to see what they're going to do.
I'm curious whether Derwin James is the guy when you were in college. Did you look at him and think, oh, maybe that's kind of similar to the way I play, like compare yourself to him?
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely a guy who I watched a lot of tape on, coming out in college. I don't know exactly what year he was drafted, but he was definitely himself in the league by the time I was in college. And watching guys like him, Justin Simmons, Tyrann Mathieu, Kevin Byard, like just getting bits and pieces from all their games and trying to apply it to mine while also staying true to myself what I can do. But yeah, he's definitely one of the guys that I see as one of the better safeties in our league, and somebody that I've looked at as kind of an exemplary of how to play the position.
Is he somebody, two-time All-Pro, three-time Pro Bowler? Is he kind of like, you've established yourself now?
Air practice, it was nothing. It's just something that guys come off and deal with time to time. I've been Odell strong all year. My foot's a little tired, so they've been resting a little bit for this practice. So I can come in.
Is it something that scares you at least when it happens? Because you just go to the ground like that.
Not really. I try not to think about it like that. And I knew it wasn't that. I knew it was like that. It wasn't that. So, just a little tired, fatigued on my foot. And that's kind of what guys do coming out of the game.
Sean, like you said, that is something you guys deal with. Is this the first time this has kind of flared up for you like that?
Yeah, it is. I've been doing a good job. My foot is actually really healthy. It's been hanging up pretty well. Training staff has been doing a good job with me. The team as well. So all is well. My phone is blowing up already, but all is well. My foot is fine. So I'll be out on the field Sunday.
How much do you guys look at it as it has to be a group effort to make up for Mark's absence?
I mean, it's always a group effort. I think that's where I kind of get caught up in the wide receiver one kind of thing. But for the Baltimore Ravens this year, I think we have proved that anybody can have a big game, whether it's Mark, OBJ, Zay, myself, anybody, the running backs. We play as a unit, we play unselfish, and I think that's why we've been able to have success so far.
You have among the highest separation one-on-one against that. You just feel like you're getting covered. They just put one guy on you.
mean, I do know how good I am. The media has kind of put that perspective on me, so I'm going to continue to let them do their thing, and I'll just continue to do my thing. So it is what it is.
Rashawn, how did it feel to get in the end zone? Odell, we talked to him after the game, and he just talked about how happy he was for you. How did it feel for you to get that spot?
It felt amazing. It felt better than my first one because it's a lot where that came from. So, hopefully many more to come.
You've exercised a lot of patience to get to this point. From a timing perspective and having it happen on prime time, does that make you feel like it was worth the wait?
It definitely was. I kind of like it because we wore all black. And all black, my favorite jersey, so to be able to have the comeback touchdown in all black was definitely meaningful for me. So,
Rashada, every week it seems like Zay makes a big play. How tough is that transition from college to rookie year? You made a successful transition yourself.
I honestly don't think it's that hard, depending on who you are. Sometimes I feel like it's easy, depending on who you are. But for Zay, it's probably easy. That dude's open 99% of the time. So, yeah, that's a question for him, honestly. And he's going to continue to get open for the rest of the year, so I'm excited to see it.
All right, thanks for sharing. Thanks, Rashawn. Happy Thanksgiving.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I was, and fortunate and blessed enough to have nothing serious, come out of that.
Ronnie, I know you haven't had the best injury luck this season, but are you encouraged by how quickly you've been able to bounce back from these things?
Yeah, I look at it as a blessing, to have things like that happen to me, and then look at it, nothing, majors coming out of it. That's a blessing for me. I've been down the other road before, so definitely looking on the positive side. Sure.
Ron, you expect to play Sunday?
Yeah, I'm excited.
All right, thanks, Ron.
I said they had some lamb chops that was pretty good. Then they had this pie with walnut on the top of it. It was like a sweet potato pie. Yeah.
So you caused some concern with not practicing yesterday with your hips. How are you feeling right now?
I feel good. I'm ready to go. I feel great.
So you feel like you're going to go Sunday?
That wasn't even a question. I had to take a little break real quick. Now I'm back.
Say, in a general sense, you've talked a lot about taking care of your body with some of the vets. You guys are deep into the season. You haven't had your bye week. You'll have it next week. How are you feeling in general? You hear about rookies and the rookie wall and all that kind of thing. Just how are you feeling strength-wise?
That ain't get me yet. The rookie wall ain't get me yet. But
Gotcha.
I'm feeling good. I'm ready to go. Get this win. Get a bye week. Go home. See my family. So I'm feeling good going into this game.
What do you see when you watch this Chargers defense, specifically in the pass game? They haven't been great to this point in the year, but what do you watch when you see them on film?
I mean, they got a good team. Like, they got a good defense. It's just, I don't know what's going on over there, but we just gonna take advantage of everything we can and try to be explosive, make plays, and score touchdowns.
Thanks, Ed.
Perfect example of that, the fine line. Once he steps on the field, playing the game the right way, but then once he's off of it, he's a good guy. So it's definitely a fine line.
You guys have done your share of travel from London to Arizona, now going out to LA. What is the key to success when traveling? I mean, it's always good to have a good team, but beyond that, mindset, preparation.
I think, we've been traveling for away games our whole career. Obviously we were all there a day earlier, but it's all about, still doing your preparation, what you do on a normal game week. Then you'll just come ready to play on Sunday. I don't think there's much of a change if you make it a change. So.
Some of the analytics say that the Ravens' run game this year is one of the best ever. I feel like it's clicking so well for you guys. Why is the run game being so successful?
I still think there's a lot of improvement. I think everyone thinks that. But obviously we're doing some good things, and then obviously things that we need to improve on. But it's just trying to be as consistent as possible. Just working together as a unit, and then the backs. We have great backs here finding great holes. So they help a lot certainly.
Here, Kevin Zeitler's hosting Thanksgiving for the O lineman. What's an O lineman Thanksgiving look like?
Oh gosh. If you want your belly full, then you probably need to go to the Zeitler Thanksgiving. I can't imagine what he's going to have there. I went there last year, and there was everything there. So it's going to be another exciting Thursday. So,
Tyler, being the one seed in the AFC, is that something that you guys care about right now, or could you care less with so much?
I think we'd care less. We're 12 games in. We got 5 more to go, 5, 6 more to go. And we have a lot of games in front of us. So none of that means anything. We got to go out there and take it one game at a time. And we got a big game coming up, and a great opponent in the Chargers on Sunday. So that's what we're looking forward to.
Tyler, along those lines, you're playing primetime games, 4 out of 5 here, a lot of attention on you. How do you handle all of the eyes and the attention that's going to be on you for the rest of the way?
I mean, this is what you want as a competitor, games like this, moments like these. So, I think a lot of guys here embrace that, and then it's all about how you go out there and perform on Sunday, against teams that you're going to get their best shot. So we're going to have to be ready for it.
Just how you feeling? Happy Thanksgiving. How are you feeling right now?
Feeling full. Full from yesterday. Got some time with the family. Grateful of a lot of things, but just trying to get ready for Sunday.
You believe?
Go ahead.
You believe you'll be playing on Sunday night?
Yeah. Just trying to keep approaching the game and getting as much recovery, treatment, and everything that I can. We all get banged up. Just trying to make it.
Is it tough having this bye week so late in the season?
No, I think it's great. To me, when you look at the schedule and the way that the season went, to find a way to win this weekend and do the things that we've been doing and to go on a bye week with that record and then have a nice backstretch of the season with 5 games left, I think it couldn't have came at a better time. Some teams get it week 4 and then, you got a long season. So to me personally, I think it'll work out well for all of us. Everybody stay healthy, find a way to win, and I think it came at a good time.
Part of you that's looking forward to going back to LA and
yeah.
your prime time game too.
Yeah, it's just certain places that have a home feeling for you. And, like when I landed in Arizona, it's a place that I live at. LA is a place that I live at. Like it feels good to be back. You land off the plane. It won't necessarily be 72 and sunny when we get there at night, but it's a beautiful place. A lot of great memories that I've had there. So just looking forward to it.
So do you have any strong feel either way, whether you'll be able to play or not Sunday night?
It's a game time decision, but I'm trying my best in each and every way. I won't say that. I won't say that it'll be pain free, but I'm definitely, find a way to do what I can for the people in this locker room, this team, and find a way to help us get another win.
What's the season been like for you, just in terms of what your expectations were to this point and so forth? I know it's looking at the end as opposed to each week, but just your assessment of how you view the way this season is going.
To be honest, I feel like a part of me gave up on the idea of whether to feel the way about expectations or where it's at, and kind of just, how people always talk about being where your feet are at, and that's like what we have in front of us is so much bigger than anything else I would have. What I expected as I signed and told people, I was like, this is why I came here. But I feel like that personal part of wanting 1,500 yards and 10 to all the things that I once used to look at alongside of winning, to me it just kind of became second to with the goal that we all have in mind. And there's no better feeling than that confetti falling, and I think that's something that we're all working towards. And it starts with just the same thing we've been talking about each and every week, one game at a time, finding a way to win, putting one foot in front of the other.
I feel like a big part when you came here was clutch catches, third down, red zone, scoring touchdowns, especially with Mark out, who's been a very clutch player for Lamar. Do you kind of feel like, hey, I can take more of that on my shoulders and be that guy for Lamar?
Yeah. Whatever role in any capacity, like I'm ready to play it. I feel like my entire career, yeah, of course early on it might have been great for fantasy football, but it's still, like when I go watch the highlights, like it's third downs, it's big plays, it's plays that are effective, like an effective football player, and that's what I want to continue to be here. Make big plays that keep the offense on the field, keep drives alive. Definitely won't mind taking a touchdown every now and then, you know what I'm saying? But just truly, like I said, we have a real goal here and a big opportunity in front of us, and it just starts with the day-to-day things that we have to take care of.
Odell, you mentioned the confetti falling. I saw on the Ravens, I think it was Ravens Wire, you had talked about the winning a ring, and Coach Williams had said, we know you got it. How often do you bring that up?
I don't, every now and then I might give him a little shoulder nudge, remind him that I did. Just because, it's the ultimate goal. It's what you work for. It's what you were a kid and I was watching Tom Brady and Vinatieri put one through the uprights. Like, you watch the Super Bowl every year. And I feel like every kid is like, I want to be in the Super Bowl. I want to score a touchdown. I want to do those things you want to win. Like, what else do you do this for but to win? So knowing that's the ultimate goal, it comes with the ultimate sacrifice. So I'm just trying to find a way to make that sacrifice each and every day.
Last one?
Yep.
All good? Thanks, guys.